Freedom of speech is one of the fundamental freedoms guaranteed us in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. It goes right along and hand in hand with freedom of religion, and it's under attack today. But the Christian should never fear. We should welcome and protect freedom of speech for all religions, all political points of view, because in the marketplace of ideas, Christianity will always win because it's based on the truth. Bill Bennett, my friend from South Africa, said truth is never afraid of robust examination because its nature comes from God, not human prejudice, opinions, and whims. It is falsehood that shrieks at the light, and it must attack and censor all challengers because its existence depends upon the ignorance of its host. See, this is why they want to silence the church, the preaching of the gospel, because it is the truth, and falsehood can't stand it. Laurie Anderson said, censorship is the child of fear and the father of ignorance. That's well said. John F. Kennedy, President Kennedy said, a nation that's afraid to let its people judge the truth and falsehood in an open market is a nation that is afraid of its own people. You know, he was a Democrat, but he was right on many things, and that was one of them. Our current condition, beloved, is we've come to the sad state of affairs in the Christian church in America because we can't face the fact that it's become impossible to speak out the truth without offending people. We've been running in fear of offense, and it's impossible because the gospel itself is an offense. Rachel Witherspoon of Young Americans Against Socialism says, it's become nearly impossible in the land of free speech to have a conversation with a person who holds an opposing opinion without them somehow invoking the idea that your opinion causes some sort of emotional harm and therefore cannot be discussed further. This is what the cancel culture and political correctness is all about. But even the world knows it's not right. Ricky Gervais, certainly I don't think is a Christian, said, I see offense as the collateral damage of free speech. I hate the thought of a person's ideas being modified or even hushed because someone somewhere might not like to hear them. Outside actually breaking the law or causing someone physical harm, hurting someone's feelings is almost impossible to selectively quantify. What he's saying is that just about anything that anybody says is going to be offensive to someone, somewhere. But we need to protect freedom of speech for all because we'll win in the marketplace of ideas. Of course, there's one problem. The Reverend Billy Graham said this many years ago. Freedom of speech means nothing to a people who are too weak in their convictions to speak out against the evil that is eating at the heart of the nation like a cancer. So in other words, we can fight for free speech for everybody, but it won't mean anything unless we have the guts to use our freedom of speech to speak the truth for God. I'll close with a quote from the great Patrick Henry. Should I keep back my opinion, he said, during the Revolutionary War? Should I keep back my opinion at such a time as this, through fear of giving offense? I should consider myself guilty of treason toward my country. The time is coming when it's going to actually be treasonous to not speak the gospel, to not stand up for the truth. I am ready for this battle. God is raising up an army to gird up their loins, fight for the freedom of speech for everyone, and then use our freedom of speech to proclaim the gospel. The gospel will always prevail because it's rooted in the truth. And that's the good news.